Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel and some more F1 2020 My Team Career Mode. This episode we're heading to the Russian Grand Prix held in Sochi. We have 2.45 million to our name, 368 resource points, and the level 12 acclaim from last time out. I don't think it's enough the resource points to do any upgrades. We have some upgrades waiting to come in. So I think we just save up this time around and see if we get any good amount of resource points from our practice sessions to maybe start another upgrade. As we see here, we are 5th from the top, so we are 5th regarding ability and the R&D progress. We have, 6 Grand Prix remaining, including the Sochi one, so we are close to the end. So let's see if we can finish off the year strong and get some decent results in the next couple Grand Prix. Regarding gearbox, it looks like our current gearbox is the best one we can use right now. Maybe we'll get a new one for the last couple races after Sochi. I think we're still in a decent position. Practice gearbox number 1 seems to be the best, so I'm going to drop down back to gearbox number 1 for the practice sessions. Possibly, I think I might do quality control so that chance of failure drops significantly. So let's do that for durability, because we're going to need some durability upgrades soon, and we don't want to waste a lot of resource points on restarting failed upgrades. So alright, so regarding activities, we'll do a reaction training for Jack Aitken. He'll get +1 awareness, which is good. And let's advance time. Let's head on into Sochi. We are ready for the Russian Grand Prix. Let's head on into the weekend and see how much damage you can do, especially in the practice sessions. We get a warning from the game saying that the gearbox is ready for replacement. You know what? I think we can do that. We have 6 races left, so we could end the career on the final gearbox in the last 6 races. So let's get a new gearbox for the Russian Grand Prix. Alright, welcome to Russia. Here is the setup for the car. Of course, remember we're running a Honda power unit, but I think overall people have been saying this setup is really good on all power units and is good on my team. So this is the setup I'm going for. I'm scrolling through every single page right now so that you can see what the setup looks like. Leave a comment down below, as always, if you think this power unit setup is good enough for the car, and if it's good enough to be a leading setup. So I'm going to try this out, make minor adjustments if I have to, and I'll see you for qualifying.
Great stuff. Program complete.
Okay.
Program complete. Okay, test complete.
Alright, so we completed all the practice programs, and it's only practice number 2. We have all purples on all our practice programs, and then we also got all our team objectives done. So I'm going to simulate until qualifying, and let's see what happens. Alright, so we gained 718 resource points from that training session, or practice session rather, and we're up to 1271. I think that's enough for a major upgrade. So let's head on over to the R&D screen to see what upgrade we can get. Alright, so here we are on the R&D tree. We have 1271 to our name. I think I might do let's do that. And it should be coming in time for another Grand Prix. 1020 would be, I don't know, maybe 2 Grand Prix from now. Let's get that major coming through. That is that. Just to show you guys also, we are on 80 level expert and we're doing pretty well. So let's keep the train rolling in the good work department here. And let's head on into qualifying and cause some ruckus. We are P3, 5/10 slower than Perez, or Albon rather, sorry. Oh, we just got bumped down to P4 now. Alright, our next run wasn't so great after all. We're 6/10 slower, but we're still in P5. Let's see if that's good enough to see us through to Q2. Alright, so after Q1, we find ourselves in P11, which is good enough to see us through to the next round of qualifying. Let's see where our partner is. He's down here in P20. Unlucky for Jack Aitken. We're heading on into Q2, so let's see what damage we can do in Q2, and hopefully we'll make it to Q3. Alright, we're coming in to record our first lap of Q2, and it's a 134.9, which sees us at P5. I'm going to go back into the garage and then come back out later after the track evolves a little more. Alright, we're coming in for our second lap of Q2. Our delta is looking splendidly good. Almost a second. We are in P4. I think that might be good enough to see us into Q3. Hopefully. Here we are. We are officially into Q3 at P4 in qualifying 2. Lewis Hamilton, Vettel, and Bottas getting the top 3 spots of that qualifying session. Daniel Kvyat being the last person through at P10. Ricciardo, Stroll, Albon, Leclerc, Giovinazzi, and Ocon miss out on Q3. Let's head on into Q3 and see how far up the grid we can begin the race. Alright, our first lap is a 135.2. Not the greatest, but we might try one more run here. I'm feeling good about this run. So let's see how fast we can get another run in. Alright, coming in for our second lap of Q2. We are about 5/10 faster, and that is P7. Alright, let's return to garage. Maybe make some adjustments and then see if we can get higher than P7. Alright, we're coming in for our final moment of qualifying 3. Nearly a second and a bit faster. What position are we? We're in P2. What a start. We finish off the front row of the grid at P2. Beautiful. Alright, so after Q3 we find ourselves in P2, meaning we finished the front row of the Grand Prix start. Lewis Hamilton, of course, getting pole position. Max Verstappen in P3, Vettel in P4, Sainz, Bottas, Norris, Gasly, Perez, and Kvyat in that order up until position 10. That is beautiful, so let's head on into the Grand Prix itself and see if we can get P1 again. Alright, so we out-qualified Charles Leclerc, so we get +2 to his +1, meaning our rivalry is at 5-7. He's still in the lead, but maybe this Grand Prix will change the tide, so to say, in the rivalry. We're on Team Acclaim level 12, Personal Acclaim level 9. It looks good so far. So, heading on into the Grand Prix now, let's see how well we can do and how high up on the grid we can finish.
Welcome along then to Sochi and the Russian Grand Prix, one of 8 cities in the world to play host to both the Olympics and a Formula One race. It's a Grand Prix that's proven difficult to crack for anyone beyond the first 2 rows of the grid in recent years, so let's see if that can change today. Situated just 3 miles from the Georgian border, the 3.6 miles Sochi Autodrome has 2 notable overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and then turn 13. 18 corners in total here, 12 to the right and 6 to the left, and it's an average lap speed of around 130 miles per hour. Joining us today to oversee all the thrills and spills, it's Anthony Davidson. And great to see you. How are you feeling about the race today, and how are the circuit conditions from what you've seen?
Well, it's looking a bit cold out there, if I'm honest. These tyres have quite a narrow operating window in terms of the temperatures they need to extract the best grip. So with a cold track surface, it's going to be harder to keep those temperatures up, which will lead to lower grip and maybe more mistakes.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and the rookie completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Vettel, Carlos Sainz, and Bottas. Norris, Gasly, Perez, and Daniel Kvyat. Stroll, Albon, Charles Leclerc, and Giovinazzi. Ocon, Raikkonen, Kevin Magnussen, and Jack Aitken. Russell, Ricciardo, they've taken a grid penalty. Latifi and Romain Grosjean sits at the back of the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
All right, so welcome to the Russian Grand Prix at Sochi. If we noticed earlier, I think Jack Aitken went up 2 positions on the grid because of grid penalties for Daniel Ricciardo and Grosjean, who sit in P20 and P22 respectively. Let's look at our race strategy here. We need a good race strategy so that we go ahead quickly and then put everyone behind us in the dust. It seems like we have to start on soft tires and then we head on to mediums. Let's see if we change okay, so it should be around lap 5 or 6 that we pit for the best optimum time. So we are dropping our fuel because we're running 13 laps. We'll put it down to 12, maybe 11.5. Nah, we'll do 11.5. Why not? Yeah, 28.2 kg. We should be good. It's a thrilling start. P2. Let's see if we can get P1 by the end of the race. Alright, getting ready here. Rich fuel mixture and getting our car heated. Good start. Gotta get overtake on so that we can overtake. Hamilton is too quick for us here. But we are staying close behind him. Trying to get some slipstream. Decent turn. Finds us in P1 so far. We got a collision with Hamilton, but that's fine. Hamilton takes over. A little overtake, trying to extend our lead here. We're running away from Hamilton. That's our mission right now. No DRS, but of course we don't expect to have DRS when we're P1 for most of the time.
Okay, that's a good start. Keep it up.
Alright, end of lap 1 and we find ourselves with the fastest lap. A little rich and overtake here so that we can extend ourselves away from Hamilton. But it seems like he has a lot of straight line speed and is chasing us. He is catching up real quick sometimes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Rich, overtake. Oh no, Hamilton's on our tail. Get out of the way, Ballard.
George Russell then leading the way from...
Oh no, the Ballard is... Oh no, the Ballard really messed us up with time there. But hey, we'll manage. Hamilton's right behind us. No, you don't, Hamilton. That's alright. We'll take those.
Okay, clear. Some information on Stroll.
Lance Stroll is out of the race. Oh.
Safety car.
Alright,
Virtual
lean.
safety car. See ending. Wait for green.
I think I did well with it with the VSC. I was concentrating so hard. Rich overtake. Let's get some
Starting to think about
distance.
some fuel.
Shut it, Jeff.
And go easy on the throttle. We're leading our teammate by 9.5 seconds.
I'll take corner cutting. I'll take one of those. Oh no, Verstappen is right on our tail. Rich. What? I collided with Verstappen? What happened? Hold on. You gotta go back and take a look at this. I collided with Verstappen somewhere. Alright, Verstappen, he's the one who hit me! Come on, how am I responsible for that? I'm just keeping my racing line. How is that my fault? The guy should turn, like, harder inwards. That ain't my fault. That is not my fault. Nah. But it's a perfect opportunity for a thumbnail. Alright, anyway, we are proceeding. Kimi Räikkönen gets the fastest lap. Interesting. Hamilton is now back for more. Alright, we're coming in for our medium set of compounded tires. Let's see what happens. We're on new sets of mediums. Does my wing get changed? I wouldn't mind a wing change. If it does get me... I think we are getting a wing change. Yep, we're getting a wing change. Alright, quick, 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 minions. Minions, hurry up. 7.2 is the record to beat. Oh, beautiful. 6.3. That is Red Bull level of quickness. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Pit strategy complete. See these tires through to the end now.
Alright, I'm on mediums. Verstappen is behind me.
Drop the fuel mix to lean. You need to
Shut
start
it,
saving
Jeff!
fuel.
I know about the fuel issue, alright? I'm the one driving this bloody thing. Just get some distance.
20. We're trailing our teammate by 13.5 seconds.
No, we're not. We just overtook him because he's in the pit lane. Oh yeah, I just realized Vettel is in P1 right now. We gotta take him out.
Okay, at the current pace and fuel settings, we won't have enough fuel for the end of the race. Consider lowering the fuel mix.
Yellow flag? What happened?
Okay, clear.
Collision? Oh god, where did the signs go? Hold on, I gotta see this for myself. Where in the world did signs go? Alright, there's signs. Where did I collide with him? That's his fault again! What is wrong with this game? Surely that's his fault. I'm just racing nicely. That is not my fault. What could I have done? What could I have done to prevent that collision from happening? I call BS on that.
The gap to the car ahead is 8.1 seconds.
What? You are tripping, Jeff. It says 3 seconds. Oh, 3 more.
Teammate behind is 7.4 seconds.
Good to know, Jeff. Not very important right now.
Against our finishing time at the end of the race.
God dang it, 3-second time penalty?
This is your final lap.
Come on, pull away, pull away. We got 3-second penalty. We need to extend our distance from everyone.
Car behind by 0.5 per lap.
Come on. Well done, Sebastian Vettel, on winning the Grand Prix. I have penalties to my name, so I think I'm gonna get bumped off the podium. Damn it, man.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in park.
P6, god dang it. It was a good race too. I was doing so well at P2, but then that one stupid penalty from all the collisions that weren't my fault, to be honest. Ah, so frustrating.
The Russian Grand Prix comes to an end, and it's a thoroughly deserved victory. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.
So yeah, this is how it stands. We came in P2, but then we got knocked down to P6 because of a penalty, plus a 3 seconds time penalty at the end of the race. So ahead of us were Bottas, Perez, Verstappen, Norris, and ourselves. Pierre Gasly, Ricciardo, who gets driver of the day as well from for his performance from P20 to P8. Very stunning from him. Albon, and then Lewis Hamilton in P10. I mean, what was it? The collision with Verstappen was not my fault, I think. And then a couple other collisions occurred, and I think that was like Bottas, maybe? Definitely not my fault. Giovinazzi, Kvyat, Raikkonen, Magnussen, Ocon, Leclerc in P16, interestingly. Jack Aitken at P17. Grosjean, Russell, Latifi, Sainz, and Stroll did not finish the race. Now, looking at the standings here, Valtteri Bottas takes pole position, overtaking Lewis Hamilton, who struggled in the last couple Grand Prix actually. Verstappen is in 3rd, and Charles Leclerc in 4th. Constructor standings, it seems that Mercedes are running away with it, but Red Bull Racing are just behind them at 178 point gap. It's going to be an interesting final couple Grand Prix. We have about 6 or 5 left now, and let's see what happens between Red Bull and Mercedes. We are still P4, and Racing Point are unlucky recently. I think they have durability issues. They are not finishing races, so they are missing out on some points. So they sit P5, but they definitely need to work on something to get themselves higher up and try to beat us. We are accumulating small but significant points if you look here. We just gained 8 points from this race. If we had gone P2, another 18 could have gone our name, but unlucky. We got a penalty. So absolutely fuming after this race because some of these things were not my fault. I was racing so well to maintain P2, but sadly we are bumped down to P6 because of penalties. The start of the race was stunning as Hamilton and myself battled it out for the pole position. Tried to get slipstream on him and then boom, overtook him. Went a little wide, but we were able to come back onto the track in time. I think it was actually a collision with Hamilton that we got a warning for, and I just don't know if that was my fault or not. Okay, hitting the bollard was one of our issues, and that thing was stuck to our car for a while, costing us a bit of time, but we still managed to race ahead of Hamilton. It's quite interesting that we have the 5th best car on the grid, but we are competing against the top teams like the Ferraris, the Mercedes, the Red Bulls. It's quite interesting what potential this car has, and I think I'm just driving a little better than I used to in the first couple episodes, so I think all of that accumulated gave us a strong position in this Grand Prix and in recent Grand Prix. 5 or so more Grand Prix to go, so hopefully the final couple Grand Prix will be a good result, and hopefully we will not be shafted by the FIA like we were today. Some of these collisions I just couldn't control. What an overtake on Sainz, that was great. Until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please leave a like, subscribe using the red button down below, and hit the notification bell so that you're notified when the next upload goes live of F1 2020. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for stopping by the channel, and until next time, take care.